I remember visiting Seoul to do some user testing. I was just driving down the street in Gangnam and I saw entire skyscrapers that were English Academy companies. And that's when I realized just the sheer scale. When I spoke with people in South Korea in our initial market research, almost all of them, despite having tons of knowledge about vocabulary and grammar, felt like they had almost no ability to speak at all. And the universal story that they told me was that it was because they never really got any practice. And when they did try to practice, they were really afraid of making mistakes. In South Korea, it's a market where people are setting trends and doing things first. People love to try new products in South Korea. So we figured if we had something new that offered a new way to learn a language, people in South Korea would be super eager. I remember one user interview, a man who is probably at least 60 or 65 years old. He came in to our office to do a user interview, and we weren't expecting him to be nearly as old. He tells us about how every morning he would spend 30 minutes or an hour studying with Speak before he would go into work, and he had like a 400-day streak. Just the amount of kind of excitement that he had with using the app, the way he talked about English being this lifelong goal of his, and he'd always wanted to learn English, and he'd never been able to do it, and finally, he felt like at age 65, he was able to actually start making real progress. It was super cool. It was just super inspirational.